Every night, over and over again, he turns in circles in the exact same spot. You've seen it 1,000 times. Maybe you laughed. Maybe you never really noticed it. But this little moment, this turning, this scratching, this circling, is one of the oldest rituals still performed on your couch. It is older than your house. It is older than civilization. It is the most primal proof of who your dog really is. Today we're talking about the secret behind the circling. And I promise you, after this video, you will pause every time he turns. Not out of impatience, but out of wonder. Let's go back thousands of years, before dog beds existed, before couches existed, before houses existed. Your dog's ancestors slept outside, in tall grass, in the brush, in the undergrowth. And before he lay down, he did the exact same thing your dog does today. He circled. Why? For 3 reasons. First, he flattened the grass. He created a small nesting spot, softer than tough grass, more comfortable than the bare ground. Second, he checked for snakes, insects, and dangers. The circling paws disturbed and drove away whatever might be hiding beneath the grass. Third, he marked his spot. The pads on his paws have scent glands. By circling, he told the world, "This is mine. This belongs to me. Here I am safe." 3 instincts, 3 survival strategies, all in this one little turn. Your dog doesn't know he's lying on a couch. His brain is still executing the exact same routine. Because millions of years of evolution are not erased by a millennium of domestication. He is still the animal, and you love him precisely for that. Now comes something surprising. The circling isn't just a ritual, it is also planning. Dogs have been proven to align themselves with the Earth's magnetic field when sleeping. Studies show that dogs prefer to doze on a north-south axis. The circling helps them find this alignment, unconsciously, instinctively, reliably. Your dog is a living compass. He sleeps in alignment with our planet's magnetic field. The animal on your couch has a built-in navigation system, every evening, without a battery. Now comes something I want you to take to heart. When he circles and then lies down, he usually turns in your direction. Not always, but often. He is looking for you, for your warmth, for your scent. He wants to know you're nearby before he lets his head drop and drops his guard. That is not weakness, that is trust. The deepest trust an animal can show. I close my eyes while you watch over me. Now I'll tell you about another aspect that most dog owners don't know. If a dog turns very often, much more than 2 or 3 times, it could be a sign. Joint pain, arthritis, neurological issues. A dog that turns 10 times might be looking for a position that hurts less. The circling that is familiar to you, if it suddenly becomes excessive, take a closer look. Not with worry, but with attention, the look that only you have, because you know him. Let's come to the end, and to what I really want to tell you. Every time he turns, he performs an act of remembrance. The memory of who he is, where he comes from, what he carries within him. He is not a pet sitting on a pillow. He is an animal that chose you, even though he was made for the wild. And he brings all of that with him, the instincts, the millennia, the circling. And then he lies down next to you. That is not something to be taken for granted. It never has been. Tonight, when he turns, let him. And you know what? Just watch. For a moment, and remember what you're seeing. An animal that brought its ancient rituals into your home, into your life. And that still chose to lie down close to you. That is all. That is more than enough. Tell us, how many circles does your dog do? We are curious. Until next week, he's turning right now. Let him. But stay a moment longer, because there's more. Have you ever noticed where he lies down? Not just how he turns, but where he lands. That is no coincidence. That is strategy. In the wild, his ancestors chose their sleeping spot carefully. Back to the den, eyes to the threat. Your dog still does that. He sleeps with a line of sight to the door, to the entrance, to you. He chooses the spot from where he can protect you, while he sleeps. That is the oldest guardian role, and he still practices it, in your living room, on your couch. Let's talk about his sleeping position, because it says everything. When he rolls onto his back, belly up, that isn't just about comfort. That is maximum vulnerability. That is the position where he is least able to defend himself. And he only does that with you, because he only feels safe enough with you. When a dog rolls onto his back, he is saying, I trust you with my life. Literally. No animal shows this position without absolute trust. The circling often leads to this position, one after another, a ritual, an expression. Let's talk about what happens after the circling, the actual moment. He circles, he turns, he scratches, and then he lets himself drop. Not elegantly, he just drops. The body gives way. That is the moment of letting go, complete letting go. He doesn't just let his body drop. He drops his alertness, the caution, the instincts. He breathes and sleeps, with you. I sometimes wonder if we humans can truly give that, this complete letting go. But he gives it, every night, next to you. Now comes something I find really important. Is your dog circling more and more often? Much more than usual? 5, 7, 10 rounds instead of 2 or 3. That can be harmless, but it can also be a signal. Especially with older dogs who suddenly circle more, get that checked by the vet. Joint pain changes circling behavior, neurological problems too. If you notice it changing, act, not out of fear, out of love. You are the only one who will notice this change, because you truly know him. Let's go back to the magnetic field for a moment. The idea that he aligns himself with the Earth's magnetic field, it sounds surreal, but it's real. Dogs prefer north-south alignment, when defecating, when sleeping. Why? Because their nervous system reacts to magnetic fields, subtly, unconsciously, reliably. The animal on your couch has a perception system we don't yet fully understand. And he just lies there, and sleeps, and his brain does things we are still researching. I find that beautiful, that there are still secrets. Let's come to what I want to leave you with as a request. The next time he circles, sit down. Watch him do it. Really. No phone, no distraction, just you and his ancient ritual. And when he turns, observe, does he turn in your direction? Does he look for you before he lets himself drop? That little look, that is everything. That is the question. Are you there? And you are there. That is enough for him. That is all he needs. Let's talk about dogs who die alone. That sounds heavy, but it's important. Some dogs no longer choose a sleeping spot when their human leaves. They stop circling. Because circling is an act of anticipation, of preparing for safety. When the safety is gone, the circling sometimes goes too. That shows me, circling is not a ritual just for the sake of ritual. It is preparation for connection. He prepares for you, for the night next to you. That is not a behavior. That is anticipation. And now, at the end, I want to tell you one thing. When he turns tonight, and you see those ancient instincts in him, then you know now, that is not just a dog on a couch. That is an animal carrying millennia within him and laying them at your feet. Every single evening. And after that, he falls asleep, aligned, safe, next to you. That is more than love. That is trust that goes deeper than words. Tell us today, does he look at you before he lies down? We read and reply. Tell us today, does he look at you before he lies down? We read and replied. You know what to do now.